What is going on, everyone, and welcome back to our third episode of the Gold Gal Getaways Travel Podcast. My name is Josh, and as always, each and every week, I'm joined by my wonderful good friend, co-host, Matt. How's it going up there?
What's going on, Josh? Happy Friday.
Happy Friday, man. Thank goodness it is Friday. If you guys don't know who Gold Gal Getaways is, we are a full-service travel agency. We can help you plan anywhere you need to go. Whether it's down to Walt Disney World or in the near future, if you're looking to get outside of the country, which is something that we will be talking about today, we can help you plan your next destination vacation, whether you have big kids, small kids, or no kids at all. Somebody here can help you do that. And speaking of somebody who can help you do that, today we have another very special guest. She is also a travel agent with Gold Gal Getaways.
Hi. Hi, everyone. I'm Melinda Duncan, and I live in Oklahoma. I have been with Gold Gal Getaways for almost 2 years. I am a self-professed Disney fanatic and love planning trips for people. My very favorite thing to do. I'm also one of the mentors with Gold Gal Getaways, and I'm having a great time welcoming new agents to our team. It has been a pleasure to meet new people.
Awesome. Did we lose Josh?
I don't know. I guess you and me, Matt. What are we going to do? Here we go.
He is back.
There he is.
So for everybody at home, that's a little joke that Josh was playing on us because we were freaking out that he was having issues with the internet.
Yeah, right. I was really planning on that one.
Right.
Yeah. Sorry, Melinda. I wasn't trying to cut out there while you were talking. I was actually trying to pull up the comment section, and I accidentally swiped a little bit on the mouse pad, and it sent the page backwards. So it threw me out of the broadcast. So nothing like being live.
Well,
yeah. So each and every week, this podcast is brought to you by Chef Adam. If you guys don't know, he's what I would say a master chef. He's not really, but he could be. He puts on classes virtually that you can do with him at home, either privately or they do some big group cooking classes, I guess. This one, the one that was just showing, was a French bistro night where they did, I think it was like scallops and French onion soup. And I think Taylor was a little upset that she didn't do that one. She loves French onion soup.
Mm-hmm, me too.
And if anybody out there would be interested in booking a class with Adam, you can send an email to the chef, the digitator. I will put his email up on the screen so that you can take a look at that. Send him an email. Let him know that he does offer, I think they're bundle classes, basically. So you can pre-purchase a certain number of bundle classes. It's a little bit of a discount. And of course, it's not necessarily just fine dining cooking. He really can do all skill levels of cooking, and I think really kind of takes away a little bit of the fear of maybe cooking at home if you're not used to it. So,
and Josh, remember on January 30th, we're going to have that free class for Disney Copycat with the cheeseburger, egg rolls, and churros.
Oh, and it is going to be good. You know, I thought about maybe really putting the pressure on Adam and adding in there. When I went to Disneyland almost 2 years ago now, I had a maple bacon something churro. First churro I've ever had at a theme park, and it was so good. And of course, they don't have that kind of stuff here in Disney World, but I might put the pressure on him, you know? Think he can make that?
Do you think that's really pressure for him?
No. Probably not.
No, definitely not.
Of course not. But yeah, so another thing that we always are going to be talking about on here is doing some group vacations. And our group vacation right now that we're talking about is our 7-night Royal Caribbean Alaskan cruise setting sail out of Seattle, planned for July of 2021. And unfortunately, as each day goes by, I think we're probably going to move this to 2022. But ideally, what we're going to be doing is having a lot of activities for anybody that's going. You do need to book with Gold Gal Getaways. And if you're interested in that, you can send an email to events@goldgalgetaways.com. and I can take Chef Adam's email down. And I can throw this one up so that if you are interested, you can do that as well. A lot of fun. I will. I'll show this video that I made. I just put together really quick last week. This was from our last group. We had, I think, almost like 30 people or something like that. It was a ton of fun. We did a little dance party the first night. I had some really terrible dance moves that are coming up that everybody will be able to see.
Still the best moves out there. Dancing with the Stars right there. Dancing with the Stars.
Let me tell you what. Matt, I don't know. Should we throw out there potential plans for winter?
Pam and I actually talked a little bit after the meeting, after our podcast last week.
I know it's not in the script, but you know.
We are looking possibly tentative, a potential Barbados group cruise. Possible. Still a lot of work to be done on that end. So
yes.
We'll see what happens.
We'll see. If anybody would be interested in doing a group cruise, feel free to send an email to events@golgogetaways.com. Let us know that is something that you're interested in. Maybe put in the subject line Southern Caribbean, Royal Caribbean Cruise, or Barbados. Something that would let us know that is what the email is about. Yeah. So I don't know. We'll see what happens. I'm excited.
A lot
it
of
might make up
out there.
Yeah, and it's very it's not that expensive.
No,
it's very. I wouldn't say very inexpensive, but you know, it's on the cheaper end. So, yeah. So with that, we'll roll right in to the news. So some news coming out of Walt Disney World right now. I'm going to try and share my screen so everybody can take a look. Is the new menu over in Epcot, and that is at Spice Road Table. I'm really excited to try this. A lot of the food looks pretty good. It's a new kind of twist. Not really a twist, but it's just something that's a little bit more fresh from probably what was somewhat of a dated menu. I'll tell you what, these pomegranate chili crispy cauliflower with red pepper Aleppo sauce. It's all plant-based, looks fantastic, and that's this right here. Calamari, I think, is always a great option at any place you go to. And of course, they've got some naan bread going on here with some spreads. I'm excited to try something like that. I don't know, Melinda. When next time you guys are coming down, is this something that you guys might try or try to check out?
Absolutely. That cheese-filled phyllo, I'm not even going to attempt to pronounce because I will mess that up every time. But that looks fantastic. And I love Morocco. That's one of my favorite places. Just love being in Morocco.
I'm a big fan of the grape leaves. That's one of my go-tos in that style of food.
You know, I've never had grape leaves filled with rice and herbs. I've never tried that, so
it's
that's
good.
Interesting.
Do yourself a favor.
I certainly will. I certainly will.
You don't shy away from the food.
Coming in. That's good.
And then, of course, they also have some mixed drinks that are coming as well, which will be exciting to try as well. Let me just pop over here to the comments. I just want to make sure I'm not missing anybody. Just checking in. I have a typo. Typo on our.
Yeah, look at Getaways.
Remove the W whenever you do that. Okay. Cool.
You don't want to answer Pam's comment 2 up from that?
What was that? I missed it.
What song were you dancing to in the silent disco?
Oh my gosh. Who knows? I don't know. Backstreet Boys, or maybe it was something more relevant, like 2019 song. I have no idea. The thing is with those silent discos is that you can change who you're listening to in there. So you're always just kind of jumping back and forth to, like, what do you feel? That's enough of that. We're not going to be dancing on a live stream here.
I really wanted to do Backstreet Boys that you were dancing to. That just makes me happy.
I think those moves are going to sell the group cruises.
Absolutely.
Like everybody's going to want to go just so they can watch you dance.
Oh yes, let me tell you what.
Commercial for it.
So another thing is Adventures by Disney, and I do have a little promo clip that we can play for everybody to watch. Setting sail in late 2021, you'll be able to go to Antarctica, and this is with the expedition cruises. And you can also go to the Galapagos Islands in 2022. Which is pretty big. These are places that I think are a little bit more difficult to get to, but are very, very exciting to try and experience. I don't know. Would you guys ever go there? I mean, I would love to go to Antarctica. Patagonia would be breathtaking. I'm sure that these are certainly not cheap, especially Adventures by Disney. They are on the higher end of vacations. So
yeah, I was already looking. I'm very intrigued by Antarctica. I've watched other vloggers that have done it, and it's really piqued my interest. The price on it is hefty, though.
Yeah,
it is a major bucket list item.
Yeah.
You're looking at about 10 grand per
Is
person.
it per person, right? Yeah, and I mean, they only go certain times of the year too,
right?
So, but
it's Antarctica, which will put Adventures by Disney up to hitting all 7 continents by that point.
Yeah,
that's
amazing.
That is a good point. I didn't even think about that. And of course, I mean, the price really does come with something that I think everybody can feel very confident and very safe with. Doing an Adventures by Disney, it is something that is very personal, and I think really cater to not just, I mean, to the group, but really individually to you as well. And that's what makes ABDs so attractive for so many people. So general bookings actually start, I think that
today. It's today.
Yeah.
It's today.
So anybody out there who is watching, who is or would be interested in that, you know,
or anybody that would like to pay for me to go.
Right. I pack nicely in a suitcase.
Right.
Absolutely.
But especially with the Adventures by Disney going into places like that, you're getting a Disney touch, which is a great experience.
Yeah, I would be interested to see somebody be able to go and do a video from there or a vlog of that experience to see what it is like. Obviously, I think when you think ABDs and going to some of these destinations, a lot of those include tours.
Right.
Not a lot to really see in Antarctica, but it's it's a beautiful place. Penguins for sure. Some wildlife that you would not see here or really anywhere else. So
yeah, on the cruise one that the vlog I watched, they spent a night actually sleeping on an iceberg.
That's too cool.
Wow.
With penguins. It was
that is so cool.
It's cool.
Wow.
They also did a polar plunge, which is a little out of my element.
I do that. Fun.
I mean,
well, Josh, you're the adventure guy, so that's right up your alley.
When in Rome, right? Except when in Antarctica. YOLO, you only live once, right? Come on. You got to try it. Try it. They'll take care of you. It's ABD. You have to let go of any fear that something negative might happen because it's Adventures by Disney.
It's cold water. That's it.
That is very true.
And the thing about it is the ships probably aren't that big that are in that area, so it's a better experience.
Yeah, those the name of them is slipping my mind. The expedition cruises are not big ships by any means. These are not like, at least to my knowledge, these are not large, like Disney Fantasy, Disney Magic. These are smaller ships that are designed to get down there and navigate some of those waters and get you a lot closer to Antarctica. And again, they only do it at certain times of the year, so you have to keep that in mind. But
I think they combined the word luxury and expedition, and I immediately went, "Oh, that's awesome! I want to do that. That's cool.
Yeah,
very cool."
But that's all I have for that, Matt.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with the big news that came out yesterday. Disney is reporting that Festival of the Lion King is expected to return to the Harambe Theater, which is the greatest news in a while. It will be coming back in a modified form, which we're still unaware of what that is. But I know when everything shut down and everything opened back up again, and this wasn't on the list of things to reopen right away, it was very disappointing to a lot of people because it's in Animal Kingdom. It's one of people's favorite shows. Mine, I know Melinda and I talked about it earlier today. I'm really happy about this. It's a good thing in the right direction to start to get the shows back. And you never know, a modified form might be a little bit more fun than the regular show. You never know.
Disney always does well with modifications. I mean, they've hit it out of the park every time.
Yeah, and I mean, I think the biggest modification obviously is going to be seating. What is the show really how much of the show is really going to change? I mean, like you said, Matt, that's something that we're just going to have to wait and see until we get more detail. But I think you guys are right. I mean, this is fantastic news. It's great that they are looking to start bringing back some of what I think are probably the most important cast members that really make up some of the Disney magic on property are kind of those on-stage actors who are creating, some magic.
Yeah.
I mean, that is what it is. So I'm excited for it. I think it's going to be great, regardless of whether it is modified or not. So
it's going to be just as popular as it's always been.
Yeah.
I will say I won't be upset if there's a longer version of the guy with the spinning the fire.
The fire spinner.
I'm not for that.
I love the fire guy.
I'm sure there's a more technical term for that.
Right.
But so I mean, and that'll be great. Another little bit of news that's coming out of Disneyland, which I think is a little surprising, but trying to get people's trying to build a little bit more hope for the horizon. They just announced is the new Spider-Man attraction that is coming to the Avengers campus. And if you guys haven't seen this yet, my first reaction was, whoa, Universal is coming to Disneyland. This is a 3D style ride. It's really not in any way similar to what is at Islands of Adventure here in Universal Orlando, but it's a 3D style ride that immerses you more into the story. This is something where you can, or at least what they're saying is you can actually shoot webs from your wrists. They haven't really said how that's going to work. It's probably going to be virtually with some type of, VR type of experience. We still don't have all the details about it, but I think it's going to be great. It's going to be an amazing new addition for Disneyland. And yeah, I'm excited for it. If I could buy some tickets right now so I could start planning my trip, I would, but
it's California, so who knows what's going to happen out there.
It's coming. Things will get better, which is what we're going to be talking about today. Right. Matt, you want to talk about some of the cruising stuff?
Yep. Debbie Downer coming at you one more time.
Oh, no.
Yep. Norwegian Cruise Lines has suspended operations until the end of end of April. And then Royal Caribbean is suspending the Quantum of the Seas sailings for Alaska, which is not our group cruise.
Right.
The ships are going to be staying in Asia and the Pacific instead of making their way to Alaska this year. So they're going to be staying in their Asian port.
Is that the ship that is running right now? Which one is running over there right now? Is it this one?
I think it is.
Okay. So if anybody's not aware, actually, Royal Caribbean is sailing. I think it is this one ship. There have been a few people who have done some videos from it out there. And I think for the most part, they've actually been having decent success with it, which is really good. That's good news for the rest of the industry, and including not only Royal Caribbean, but MSC has been sailing a little bit as well. So the more that they can gather data to, kind of ensure good return, I think is the best for everybody, right?
Right.
Absolutely.
So, but yeah, we ready to move into this week's topic?
Let's do it.
So this week we're going to be talking a little bit about some of the CDC kind of mandates that are going into place starting on the 26th. Is that correct? Was it the 26th?
Yeah, it's next week. Yep.
I don't think it's anything that's like super shocking. I think most of us were expecting a lot of this stuff to be put into place. There may be new mandates that start, especially with a transition change here in the United States, with Biden now being the president. It's going to be ever changing, ever evolving. So I will lead with this for today's topic, and that is, if you do not, and I know that like this is, we're a travel agency, but I could not stress how important it is right now, if you do plan on traveling, to use a travel agent. Travel agents right now, we're getting updates almost daily on if things are changing. These are updates that you might not be getting at home, and we were able to kind of keep up to date with that. So if something does rapidly change, you might not know about it. You get to the airport, you might be in a lot of trouble. Using a travel agent, I would obviously offer you to use us. We can help you avoid some of those issues that may occur, because like I said, things are rapidly changing as time goes on. So hopefully everything will be for the better. But Matt, I will let you take it away.
Yeah. So we had that little webinar on earlier this week. Some things that came out of it that we took out of it. Common sense right here. Everyone 2 years or older is going to need a COVID test upon returning back into the United States from any international flight. It must be administered 72 hours prior to departure back into the United States. Guests that actually had COVID in the past need proof of a negative test and a doctor's note giving them permission to travel. All documents are going to be asked for at prior to getting a ticket at the airports. Both during this system right here, both PCR and rapid tests are accepted. We'll talk more about that later because different states have different rules, a little bit more into that. At this time, vaccinations do not meet current requirements, which is a big thing. So people that have both vaccination shots still need a COVID test. And it's one of the fun parts that I got out of it is a lot of the international resorts are offering free testing, which is huge. I heard that when you check in, good afternoon, Mr. Rippey. Welcome to Sandals. You're leaving on X day. We have already planned your COVID test for X day. They take care of it for you right there. And I think that's awesome customer service, especially in times like this where not a lot of people are traveling, but this is starting to give people a little bit more relief on everything that's going on.
And Matt, I don't know, sorry, because I was trying to pull up another page here. Did you also mention that, in case people are wondering, the other test that tests for antibodies is not accepted?
No, that is not. Nope, it's just your PCR and your rapid test.
So make sure if you do go get a test or you're scheduling to get one, it is not for that one, that you're getting the right one taken care of. So
and that being said is some states are not accepting rapid tests when you get back. So you might have to actually test twice or test only PCR. So for example, I live in Massachusetts where a PCR test is the only valid test that Massachusetts is currently accepting. So before I leave the Caribbean, I would have to take a PCR test and not a rapid test.
Right.
So that would be something that you partner with your travel agent, make sure they're aware of where you're coming from so they can look into the exact rules on what your state requires.
Okay. And again, I mean, a lot of this is rapidly changing, rapidly evolving. You know, I think when I was listening to that, whatever it was on Tuesday or Wednesday or whatever it was, you know, I think that was one of the biggest things I took away was that these resorts are willing to put you up at their resort for free in most cases, not all of them, and this is not all destinations, but a lot of them are kind of getting on board with this, that if you do test positive before you leave, they will put you up for 14 days for free, in order to, kind of, I don't want to necessarily say compensation, but it certainly helps you to not be in such kind of like a crazy bind.
Right.
And at the same time, I think, personally for me, that gives me a lot of comfort knowing that if something were to happen, and if, Taylor and I traveled, let's say, down to the Caribbean, for a couple of days, and we did happen to get it and we tested positive, that we do have a place to stay to ride out that quarantine until we can take another test and test negative.
Right. I think that's great customer service. It's showing how much they care about the guest, that they're
Absolutely.
actually
Takes the stress out of your travel for sure.
right.
And when I say this too, I was saying earlier about using a travel agent. Not all of these places are doing this on just a kind of a whim, as in like there are some minimum stay requirements for some of these destinations.
Right.
And so that is something that obviously, again, using a travel agent, we can help you to decide really where might be the best place for you to go. We have been posting a few times on Instagram and on Facebook about going to Sandals. Last year, we've talked about it on the podcast, I think last week,
Both times, yeah.
about doing a fam trip last year. And it was a lot of fun. Sandals is great. It's all inclusive. They may have some modifications to how some of their dining experiences are being held or being done, or being taken care of for guests. But when you think about the doom and gloom that has been going on so much recently, and finally starting to have an opportunity to get out and experience something new, Sandals is a great way to do it. And Sandals is one of these places that is offering, this kind of level of service. And I'm not trying to sell Sandals or anything like that, but that's just a personal experience that I have had, and it was great. And so it makes me feel comfortable to say, let's go back, because even if we do test
Right.
positive, we know that it'll be okay. So
You got the security blanket of some
Absolutely.
sort of hospitality while you're there, right?
A nice bubble to be in for sure.
Obviously I don't want to put anybody necessarily on the spot, but Melinda or Matt, I guess maybe Matt, you may have talked about it a little bit, but how do you feel about it? Does this make you kind of feel okay to travel if you did before, or maybe, I think there's still a few things that could probably be changed or added,
Right.
but overall thoughts, I guess, to this,
Let's be honest. Everybody, a lot of people know me. I'd be on a flight tomorrow to anywhere right now. I trust science right now. I trust that everybody's doing the right thing within your resort. The airlines are doing a great job spacing people out on flights, airports. I know, Josh, I talked to you about that, of what MCO has is those light sensors in each gate.
Yeah.
Where it tells you if it's like green, yellow, or red, where it tells you if there's a heavy amount of people presence in that gate, so you can avoid it, which I thought was amazing. But like when I was down at Disney 3-4 weeks ago, I was impressed with the way everybody's treating the pandemic. The social distance, paying attention to the markers, around the resort wearing the mask, how they're dealing with food, the mobile ordering. It's a little difficult, but it's better than getting no food. I really enjoyed being able to have a Skyline, a gondola to myself. So there's benefits benefits to this, where you can take advantage of some fun activities by yourself.
Yeah, kind of, looking at the glass as being more half full,
Right.
than really half empty. We just did a thing. I was up in New York snowboarding for a day, and that was fantastic. If you've never done snowboarding or skiing, I think probably one of the biggest fears that I've always had as I was learning to do this was getting on the ski lift with other people who you have no idea who they are. You don't know what their level of, skiing or snowboarding is, whether they're beginners or experts. And sometimes when you get on a lift and it's packed full of 4, 5, or 6 people, you go to get off. It can be very challenging. And even in that activity that was outdoors, they were not. It was just if you were all by yourself, you had the entire lift to yourself.
Nice.
If it was just 2 of you, you had the lift to yourself. And they still required you to wear a mask at all times, even while outside, coming down the slopes and things like that. So, it's a little, I think, a little out of the comfort zone at first, especially having to wear a mask. But still being able to have the benefit to get to do some of this stuff, I think it's really good.
Yeah.
So.
And so the ski lift, this is coming from New England. The ski lift is your biggest fear when skiing? Seriously.
I
live in Oklahoma. That's your biggest fear.
Melinda doesn't know what snow is.
Right. I don't know snow. I just don't know. I know flat.
Well, I mean, what should my biggest fear be? Should it be rolling down
the hill?
Josh, rolling down the hill?
I was 7. I got my leg clipped by a family member, and we rolled probably a good.
Oh, really?
200 yards, maybe 300. Yeah, it took me. Nothing broke because I'm flexible, but it took me out of skiing for a while. It was a big fear.
Oh no!
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, I mean, that's always my fear because I snowboard and it's challenging to get off a lift sometimes. Whether that's okay. So my brother was with me and he skis. We got off the lift and he can ski and I can snowboard very well. We can go down those slopes without wrecking all day long. But getting off the lift, all he has to do is take his
pole.
Yeah, his pole and just stick it in the wrong spot. And it's like, I'm going to eat snow before I even make it like 2 feet down the slope off of the lift. So, I mean, that's what I was worried about. I mean, I guess if you're a beginner, you're worried about staying up and not getting hurt as you're going down the slope. But
right.
I'm worried about getting off the lift, getting on the lift, being anywhere near a lift. That's just
right. Yeah. So.
Yeah.
I mean, another thing too that we have as a resource, which I'm trying to get to pull up, and it's not pulling up for me right now. He's taking a look at all of the countries right now that are allowing Americans basically to travel into. Those are, if you're doing your own research, it can be very misleading as to what countries you can actually get into because there are very specific requirements for you to get into those countries if you're looking to go there. And most of them are not for leisure. But again, using a travel agent, we kind of have that resource to really look at where you can go. And a place that you can get to right now pretty easily is Central America. Most of Europe is still not really allowing Americans to travel into there. But again, what's really great, and I think is something that everybody should be kind of looking at it as more of a benefit rather than as a hindrance to their vacation, are either local governments into the destination that you're going to or the international airport that you're going to, allowing you to take a test either for free or an extremely reasonable price. Right. I don't know. Did we talk about it last week? I always say this. Did we talk about it last week? But, I was looking at flights, and something that you can do right now is out of Miami and their smaller international airport just to the north, you can actually, if you book a flight, as long as you have your flight booked, you can schedule a test there at the airport. So you can go in, it's a rapid test, and you can have the results almost right away. Right. So that once you get into your destination, you have it in hand, you literally just took it, and you can hand it to them. because again, it's not the same for everywhere. Some places are doing 72 hours prior to travel. Some places are doing at like 48 to 24 hours.
Yeah.
Some are doing 7 days, which I think is a little bit kind of crazy.
That's a little wide.
I don't like.
You know. But yeah. So, thoughts, opinions.
I think all this CDC information is a direction, a good direction. I'm as you can tell, I'm a glass half full kind of guy.
Yeah.
Maybe that's the fun director in me.
Wow.
But I think everything is going in the right direction where eventually things are going to start to get back to normal, and people are going to travel. People are going to go everywhere they've always wanted to go. Not especially being a lot of people have been locked up almost 10, 11 months now. People are going to take advantage of taking that vacation to that destination that they've always wanted to go to. Just due to the fact you never know when you're going to what's going to happen tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
And another thing to think about too is if you are able to travel and you feel comfortable and safe to do it. I don't necessarily like saying that this is the best time to do it, but in most cases, most of these places that you're going to, they are not very busy.
Mm-hmm.
Because again, it's not being overrun with tourism because tourism is not, it's not really thriving all that well right now. And they're trying to bring that back. And, one of these things where if you test positive, they'll put you up for 7 to 14 days for free. It is it is really kind of a good time to go and experience something and not have to, deal with herds of people in certain places. I would love if we could to go to China, because I think a lot of times we all see these very misleading photos or even video of like a Great Wall of China with not very many people on it. But I know, not from my firsthand experience, but from friends and family that have been there, the real experiences that you get there, and it's like overloaded with people.
Right.
And that may still be the case right now with locals, but kind of something to think about,
That'd be an awesome adventure by Disney trip.
Yes, it would.
A good one.
Pam, look into that for us.
That would be amazing.
GoldCon 2024.
Yes.
And of course, as I should mention before I say I'm fine with not doing an ABD, we are Go Getaways is oh my gosh, I have to I don't want to screw up the name.
Don't cheat.
It's a authorized Disney vacation planner. I can't believe I couldn't think of that. And which is a great thing. It designates a very good status with Disney, but doesn't necessarily mean that I have to take an ABD if I'm going to go somewhere. So, maybe we'll try to plan something on our own. That would be cool, right?
Josh, you opened up a can of worms with this. Your Facebook messages with me and Pam tonight are just gonna go bonkers.
Oh, I bet. I don't doubt it.
Also, Josh, remember, we are currently hiring new agents.
Oh yes, that is also go ahead, take it away, Matt.
So we're in the process of hiring new agents. Anybody who likes to book travel for their friends, family, and would like to make a little career out of this, a little fun side gig, and join an amazing, great team, or as I call it, a family. The email is going to be in the description, Josh, if I remember correctly.
So to join, it is actually a link. They'll take you to a form, and that form link should be in the description. Yep. I believe I added it earlier today.
Perfect. And we book all destinations.
Yes.
Disney and beyond.
What I always like to say about Go Getaways is that we don't necessarily force anybody to book just Disney vacations. Obviously, Disney vacations are very popular. It is one of the only destinations right now that is open, which is great. But if you want to, do something else, like I always say sandals, I've got to come up with some other destinations here for
we can just
the
use it
podcast.
as, we just use it. We do all inclusive. I'll use myself for example. I'm in the process of booking a friend's bachelor party to Vegas.
Oh,
Yeah.
nice.
Which involves a couple rounds of golf. So, yeah, we got people with knowledge about all kinds of destinations out there. And if anybody's interested, the email address is info@gogellgetaways.com. Make sure to spell getaways correctly, not like Josh had on the screen. With an email of interest.
Yes.
And if you're nervous about training, we have some wonderful mentors to help you through the training process. So that's not a problem either.
We do.
Yeah, of course. We do have some amazing people. Melinda is by far one of those amazing people. So don't think that you'll be left kind of out in the dark. And the other great thing is too is that it's more of like a family. So a comment I wanted to highlight real quick was Sharon's. It said, who's marking their calendars? 2021, the Barbados cruise for Royal Caribbean. 2022 is the Alaskan cruise in July, and a 2024 ABD China trip. Somewhere in there also needs to be I don't know how they're going to sell it. We still haven't heard when it'll go on sale, but is the inaugural cruise for the Disney Wish in 2022 fall, I think.
Summer. So I look at it this way, Josh, and I might put my foot in my mouth right here a little bit. So when I win, was it Mega Millions tonight, which is $1 billion?
Oh my gosh.
$1 billion. Just, I will be on
sharing with us, right?
I will have a whole floor.
All right.
Listen, why stop there? Why stop there? Why not the entire ship? Right?
I don't have that many friends.
You don't need that many friends. We'll have the whole thing to ourselves. It'd be great.
Yeah, you just sell it out.
Anybody.
Incredible game of hide and go seek on the Disney Wish.
Yes.
Oh my gosh, that'd be amazing. That would be so much fun.
There's some people we might not see the whole week.
Some people you would easily find at the bar.
Guilty.
And I know Pam is in the chat as well, saying we need to go to Tokyo as well. My goodness, if we could plan
I'm down for Tokyo.
An Asian trip, that would be amazing too, to do something where you hit all of the Disney parks over there. That would be great. Oh my goodness, that would be a dream come true.
Right.
Tokyo is my bucket list. That's
Tokyo?
my. Oh yeah, absolutely.
So is that GoldCon 2025?
We're just marking the calendar up right now.
Hey, why not? Go big.
Absolutely.
Go big or go home. Well,
right.
Once you win that $1 billion, we'll let you do all the planning. So
sounds good. That's what I do anyway.
Yeah, I mean, it's things are getting better. Things are I think hopefully going to start looking up. And if you're looking to travel, like I said earlier, please use a travel agent. Obviously, you can always reach out to us. We do not cost anything at all. Everything that we do is on a commission basis, so it doesn't cost you anything extra. We just get a little bit of the slice that, say, Royal Caribbean gets, or Royal Caribbean gives us a little bit of their pie, so to speak, or Sandals, or any other inclusive destination that you might want to go to. So,
did he hit that button again?
Did he hit the button again? All right, take it away, Matt.
There's not much more, and I actually can't even control it. Here he is. Josh is back again.
I'm back.
Hitting the wrong buttons.
It was my camera. I think it got too hot.
Let's be honest. Everybody watching at home, this is Josh's first time ever doing a podcast. So please, no inappropriate comments. Give him a break. He's a first timer. And I think he froze again.
Uh-huh.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we hear you.
Okay, yeah.
You're not.
It's no, it's my camera. I think it got too hot. These are the issues. These are the issues of the dated Sony A7 III.
Well, we love Alive.
This is what happens. Whoa, I'm green.
You're
Yeah.
great.
Oh my
There,
god.
there you are. That's you. That looks exactly like you.
It does.
Are you there, Josh?
We hear you though. Well, we did. We did hear you. Now we don't hear you.
This is just making my day. Oh, there he goes.
The wrong
Hey.
camera though. Let's try it again.
I can't hear you.
Boom.
There we go.
There we
Can you
go.
hear me?
Yeah,
Yeah.
we got
You're
you. Now. Hey, that's the fun part about going live. You with Go Getaways, you never
Never know what's gonna
know
happen.
what happen.
But we also roll with it.
You know, and the funny thing is that we always do like a little of not really a pre-show, but we get on here and we would like do a little chat. The whole time Matt was having issues tonight,
Hey,
and now it's me. So that's what happens. But
the tech savvy person has issues on the end of the night.
exactly, right? Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. So yeah, well,
Josh,
we don't have an ending. Do you have
no,
one?
but before we go, can I give a birthday shout out to one of our agents?
Yes, absolutely. Please do.
I feel it's needed. Happy 39th birthday to Andrea Wilson of Louisiana. I think she's watching at home. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Enjoy your last year in the 30s, because when you get to 40, it's not that fun.
All downhill.
Wow, so much to look forward to.
Oh, we were glass half full for so long.
Yeah.
Right, of course.
Josh, when you get to those numbers, like
I'm hitting 30 this year, so.
yeah, you still got 10 more years, buddy.
Or I mean, I could be like a lot of other people and just say last year didn't count. So I'm going to turn 29 again.
I like that.
you
I'm
know?
using that.
I don't know. We'll see. So
I don't think that officially works, but
oh, okay,
Yeah.
all right. I mean, if it doesn't,
it's not like a leap year.
It was a week.
it can't
Yeah,
be.
true.
All right. Well, I have nothing else to add. Melinda.
Hey, that was great. It was a really positive podcast tonight with all sorts of good, positive information. So no Debbie Downer tonight. That was awesome.
Thank you. We are trying to keep it upbeat as much as we can.
It's good news. Lion King's opening. I'm happy.
Oh my goodness.
Good thing. So happy.
Can't wait. It'll be good.
Yeah.
But yeah, well, so with that, I have nothing else to add. Matt, if you don't have anything else to add,
I got nothing. We still need to figure out a closing.
we have no closing.
Anybody has any ideas, post it in the comments below on how we should end the show.
Yes, or you can send an email to Matt and let him know.
Yeah,
I'll let him handle that one.
I pay attention. Yeah, I have all day to worry about it. Yeah,
You're the fun director.
I'm the fun director. I should
That-
already have this, but
That is true. So with that, we will say goodnight to everybody out there. Thank you for watching. Melinda, thank you for being here tonight.
Thanks for inviting me.
Next week's I'm sorry, Melinda. I wasn't trying to cut you off. Next week's show will not be on Friday. We're going to try and do that on Wednesday, same time at 8:00. So be sure to mark that into your calendars. We will definitely share it out on social media, and we will see you all next week.
Bye.
it doesn't work.